I've gained a significant amount of weight, and I don't care. Life's over anyway. It was over a long time ago. I was just kidding myself, that's all. Too fucking long, regrettably. Regrettably kidding myself for too fucking long. Now I know I'm never gonna catch even the tiniest break in this life. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It's constantly reinforced. The day after my mother comes home, I'm injured. Charge woman is like, take some ibuprofen, that's what you need. No, what I really need is for somebody, you or someone, to take me to urgent care and get my toe checked out that Joe thinks might be broken. But, this life's just gonna push and push and push me because I'm supposed to not be here at all, clearly. Clearly. So no, under those circumstances, me gaining weight, what does it fucking matter? All I did was live a lie and kid myself for so long, and it was all bullshit. It was all meaningless. It all led to nothing. Joke. Fucking joke. All of it. Just a fucking joke. Just gonna push and push and push me because I'm not supposed to be here, clearly. Clearly. From every imaginable direction, clearly. Just wanted a little more time before my mom came home, but couldn't have that, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Sarcasm intended. I guess I did get a little more time because these motherfuckers wanted my mom out of there a little over 4 weeks after she got in there. Again, Christmas Eve. Some bitch telling me your mom has to be out by Friday. I was led to believe she'd be in there a lot longer than that, and this is a little over 4 weeks. Are you fucking kidding me? It just pushes and pushes and pushes me, that's all. This universe, it just... was my severely, my injured toe a portend to things to come? You know? Do you know what kind of pressure it puts on me? That just like that, my mother cannot live alone, so if I'm injured, I'm whatever, that's it. That's over for her. It's just a never-ending nightmare. I'm never, ever, ever gonna catch the tiniest break in this life. So my only conclusion is I'm not supposed to be here, yet here I still am. That's all. If I can't catch one fucking tiny break, then, not one, no. Even the fact of me getting injured and hobbling around the day after my mother comes home, okay? I mean, come on. Unfucking believable. The church woman says when she found out they were giving my mom, and I'm assuming in the hospital too, unless the nursing facility just decided to do this, I don't know. It's not as needed. They were simply giving my mom 3,000 milligrams of acetaminophen Tylenol a day. That seemed like a lot to me. She's like, oh my God, that's a lot. They were giving her that? she could bleed out. And I'm like, well, I think the doctor in the hospital prescribed it, but I don't know. Like, they just give her whatever. And of course, she thinks nothing's wrong with her heart, so she doesn't want to take the statin, and she doesn't want to take the torsemide for the fluid around her. She thinks nothing's wrong, and 3,000 milligrams of Tylenol. Church woman has some reason for believing that's a lot. She's definitely on my side about things like that. Like, they weren't giving it to her as needed. They just give it to her in 3 doses a day. I have it on my paper that, and they give me these packets of medication. I'm there in person. Took all the transportation to get her, and we took a taxi home. But the nurse says to me point blank, "Is enough meds here in those sealed up packets that you poke out? It's enough to last 4 days." And then the med list, social worker faxed over to the primary care physician, who was at the acting psychiatrist, and he's not going to rush to fill it because it's 4 days worth of meds or so, you think. Turned out we didn't, even though, it's really, really important. And you could say, well, you should have checked them. Yeah, I can't believe someone's a professional that incompetent if I'm looking right at her. And I said, are you sure? Because it's 12 packages, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm drained. I lost my appeal. I've been talking to complaint departments. These people led me to believe that we don't think your mom's eligible for a wheelchair because she can walk with a walker. They don't know. They've known her 5 fucking weeks, a little over. They don't know the nightmare of, yeah, technically she can walk, but she needs the fucking wheelchair because she panics and she takes the baby steps and she can't get to the bathroom fast enough. And I've seen her even almost fall with the walker trying to rush, back when she was doing this all on her own, which I will never allow again. So I get up day or night, I protect her day or night, and that's how it's going to be. She will never be left alone. She will never have any wheelchair walker anywhere near her, and she cries and bitches and moans because that's how she thinks, that whatever. I don't care. I told the nurse, the VNA nurse, I'm like she's not going to have this anywhere near her. She's not approved to do anything on her own. And what I'm witnessing, doing it with her, she's on 50 milligrams of trazodone to knock her up, but what I'm witnessing in the middle of the night when I wake up from a sound sleep, it might only be after I've slept an hour or something, and what I'm witnessing, where she can barely stand. How in the hell did you do this on your own? And in the nursing facility, even though it's a higher rated one, it's only as good as the aides. And when they started getting sick of her, I have repeated voicemails from her. My nightlight isn't working. She calls the call light a nightlight, and she got up on her own, and I don't even know how she even survived it all. Like, seriously. Because what I'm witnessing, taking care of her at night, it's bad. She's not as awake, and she doesn't even want to stand, and I have to hold her up. And she was doing this on her own in the nursing facility. Yeah, because they don't want to help her. They want her to go to the bathroom in her pants. They don't want to come. And her call light was broken. And one time they told me, because I came in and her call light was broken, she pulls it out of the wall. She pulls on it too much. And then when she was acting up because she couldn't come home for Christmas, it's like, the minute I go in on Christmas Eve, I'm like, your mom broke 2 phones, and I can't help when she's demanding I call out to people, and I know you wanted her gone, and the higher-ups got her gone. And of course I lost my appeal. I knew I would, but I damn well was gonna file it because it didn't hurt to file it. It didn't cost me anything, and it showed that I wasn't just gonna go along with them, Because my mom's pissed I filed it. She thinks nothing's wrong and she wants to come home. Send pictures of my toe to Joe. It's all bruised and swollen. He thinks it might be broken. Yeah, could be. What am I supposed to do? never leave my mom alone. So, but if something really bad happens to me, I don't, do my best that it doesn't. She's automatically screwed. She can't live alone. There's no one to take care of her. That would be it. Over just like that. And that kind of pressure is why I say point blank, I can't catch a fucking one tiny break in this life. Not a one. The screw is just going to go tighter and tighter and tighter. Because I should have been gone a long time ago, and here I am, just like the movie Final Destination. That's my life, exactly. Even when I'm hobbling around, which would have taken the old Laura 15 minutes, but the Laura that's in agony because what happened to her toes, and I was hobbling around the store. Church, husband and wife, one has to sit with my mom, and one has to take me to the store to get. Fortunately, the pharmacy had some old scripts, since these motherfuckers insist on left and right. And I know people make mistakes, but I even joked with her because she said there's a few days there. And the other one said, well, you should check them. I was so tired and I was so drained from the appeals the day before and the complaints, talking to everyone under the sun, including this facility and the social worker and this, that, and what have you. And then led my pain and suffering matters, and then led to believe, she might not be eligible. Of course, she's eligible for a wheelchair. And I'm just in a panic and contacting, her primary care physician, because he knows that I don't want to hear you motherfuckers. You wanted her out a little over 4 weeks after she got in there, and I was led to believe up front she'd be in there a lot longer. Maybe not the 90 days, but certainly not a little over 4 fucking weeks. Whatever. You sit there and it's bad enough all the other crap. You're not paying attention. Your aides aren't paying attention. When my mom says her call light's broken and I get voicemails, then they won't listen to me. I told them my night light's broken and they won't listen. And I have to go to the bathroom by myself. I'm trying not to, Laura, but what am I supposed to do? More than one voicemail like that from her. She also fell in there, but it wasn't documented, so therefore it didn't happen. That's what I was told by the QIO complaint department. Well, they don't have it documented. I know. We can't prove it. We can't prove anything. We can't prove that they ignore my mom when she says her call light's not working. She accidentally calls it a night light. It's the same difference. And even I went in there one time and it wasn't working. And they've been ignoring her, and I had to say something. And of course they just, well, she pulls it out of the wall. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You need to make sure her call light's working. It's out. And then I come home and I go to give her her meds at 9 o'clock at night, and they're not there. Most of the packages had what that nurse said, which was enough, even more than enough, of at least 4 days. And 3 out of the 12 didn't. The 3 out of the 12 were important. They were gabapentin. I had one fucking pill over the weekend telling me I had enough for 4 days, and Tresto, and trazodone, 50 milligrams to knock her out. That had one pill after being insisted, and I even joked with her. I went back and said, yeah, a family friend said I should check and make sure that there's enough. But there is, right? There is. I don't know, when you're so tired, when you're in no sleep, when you're just exhausted, and you were hoping you would win your appeal and just have a few extra days instead of just being blindsided, because appeal wouldn't be forever. I wouldn't have done it again. Social worker said if you win, it's only going to be like an extra 5 or 7 days. Yeah, that would be nice. But meanwhile, it could be a blessing in disguise, because even getting there twice a week in the wintertime, and I could get injured or if whatever, it was hard, and something could happen to my mom, the way they're ignoring her, and they're pissed off at her because she's acting up, and she started that when she couldn't come home for Christmas, like she sees everybody doing, and we're not a mental facility, and they wanted her out, and they got her out. I'm just left blindsided, continuously blindsided, like stress up the fucking, just It's amazing that I don't have a fucking heart attack or something. It really is. You know? Like Joe would tell you to, on top of everything else, we got the vultures circling as usual, circling and circling, and it's too much. I can't touch a fucking break. So my only conclusion is, because I'm here and I shouldn't be, it should have been gone a long time ago. Should have been gone a long time ago. Now it's all culminated into living hell. It's a miracle my mom has survived. What a trooper. Going into that fucking one-star facility when I begged that hospital just to let her stay till the morning, and come to find out their incompetence put my mom's life in serious danger. But the nitwits were following something and not realizing that my mother's baseline is not to be so thirsty and so dehydrated that you're doing that to her because you're following doctor's orders. That was that was incompetence. It wasn't supposed to carry over, and the nursing home doesn't know my mom from Adam, and I can't get there till the next day, and I begged you to leave, and then Mama, what do you, so I will never forget that image for the rest of my fucking life. Oh, we'd love to have your mom back after she fought for her life for a week on a ventilator and spent a couple weeks longer and this, that, whatever. And I go back just to pick up her stuff at the fucking 1-star. You can't even manage to get 2 stars. You're a fucking shithole. You probably kept my mother for the full 90 days that the PASRIDMH approved, and I thought that that would happen always. I learned my lesson, don't I, in this life, right? But she probably would have been dead soon anyway. She wouldn't have lasted with you, so. Oh, so fucking goddamn sick. It's so sick, it just defies all reasoning. It's just like... I'm going to get to see some of the same people that I really liked with the VNA services last time. When we said goodbye, I said, I hope I never see you again for the rest of my life. Because if I see you again, it will mean that something bad happened to my mother. And lo and behold, I'm going to get to see them again. It wasn't the same nurse. It's not going to be the same physical therapist, but it's going to be the same occupational therapist. And the speech therapist, I already found out. The ones I really liked. And they witnessed different things, and I could vent to them, and you know. And I never wanted to see them again, obviously. And I don't mind taking care of my mom. I don't like it when she acts up. She needs to be going to bed at 9 o'clock, and that's it. And if she, I thought she would want to listen when the woman said, you know, she should not be having, she was appalled, she was sick. Oh my God, they have her on 3,000 a day, yeah, for months now. 6 weeks in there, and then I guess in the hospital too, because they were just following what she was on in the hospital. I don't know. Church woman knows stuff. I mean, she's not just pulling that out of her ass. And she's like, and she thinks it can cause pain. I don't know where she gets that from, but I wouldn't be surprised. When you're on that much, when you're taking it, when you're not in pain, it should be as needed. There was no as needed. They gave it to her 3 times a day. One time I was there in the early afternoon, and they came, and I'm like, what is that you're giving her? And they were actually giving it to her earlier than I have on my paper there, but what is that you're giving her? Oh, this is for pain. I'm like, is she in pain? Oh, we all have pain. I didn't know what the dosage was, but when she's discharged, and I find out they were giving her 3,000 milligrams a day. But then I gave her 1,000, and I thought that would be all right. And then she was bitching, wanting more. And I'm like, Mama, if you want me to start, even though after what so-and-so said, you still want to get, if you want to get 3,000 a day, I'll give it to you, because I don't want to deal with this. I didn't write down when I gave it to you. It's supposed to be 3 times a day. It would be every 8 hours or whatever. It wasn't that long ago. But I'm in pain. I can't. No, you're just being a brat. You're just being a brat. You're addicted to this. I don't even think it will make a difference. Just go to sleep. You just don't want to go to sleep. I want water. No, you don't have. You don't have water when you're going to bed. You're just gonna pee. Wake up. You know what I mean? You don't do that. It says you shouldn't have water 3 hours before going to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night thirsty, and I'm not gonna have any water because it'll go right through me, and it's more important that I sleep. See, she fell asleep. She just wants to be like that. She gets like that. And I'm like, from now on, she wanted to stay up and watch the Golden Globes. And she didn't want, you going to bed at 9 o'clock now. When I ever did this to my toe, and it was in our small bathroom, our microscope, really tiny, tiny bathroom. And my mom was acting up or whatever. And I stubbed my toe because it's too easy to do. It's so, me and the wheelchair and my mom, it's just, it doesn't fit. But it's just another reason why I get the fuck out of here. Someone warned me years ago too, if you're injured somewhere and it starts you walking differently, you get injured in other parts of your body, you know. So don't think I'm not feeling from the injured toe on my left foot. I'm not feeling like in other parts because I am walking a little differently from the injured toe, you know. My mom was like, I'm in pain, I want more Tylenol, I already gave it to you not that long ago. You know what I mean? You want me to start giving you the 3,000, I will. Because then at least it's a set time. I didn't even keep track because I'd only planned to give you the 1,000. It's extended release, that should be enough. I told you what so-and-so said, you shouldn't be having all of that. But I'm in pain. Mom, it's in your head, you're not in agony. You don't know, I do know. I do know you at night, you just don't want to go to sleep and you want water, you want this many bad and just going to sleep. Right? I'm not going to deal with this shit if she's going to, I gave her that and I figured I'm not going to give it right before she goes to bed because you're not going to have water right before you go to bed. But it wasn't that long before. And she's already wanting more, you know. It's not supposed to exceed 3,000. And not that they gave it every 8 hours. They had some that was little, but it was more hours than she wanted more, you know. And I think it's just in her head. I do. I think it's in her head. And I think since I don't think she's in that much pain. I think she just needs to work through it. And I could give her the damn pill, and it might not work, or it'll just be in her head and she thinks it works. Again, I had already given her the 1,000. It wasn't like I gave her at 4 in the afternoon. She was supposed to go to bed like at 9, and I gave it to her about like 7:30, I think, something like that. Close enough to her bedtime, but not right at her bedtime. And then she went to bed later, but it still wasn't enough time for me to go and give her more, because I think it's in her head. She already had the thought, you know. And especially after what so-and-so had said to me. But again, if my mom, hey, they were giving her 3,000 a day, I can do it. I don't want to, but it's like, I have 3 videos on haven't had a chance to watch them. I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to watch them, you know. But this one, I know I didn't, this one I can just don't have to watch it. So we'll skip over the others because I'm not going to take them off private until I watch them, and I never have a chance to do shit. You know, I have a chance to do shit. And these people are going to be coming to the house all the time. I don't think my toe is broken, but I think it might be sprained. I don't know. Maybe it is broken. I don't know. Would I was in, and would I be in continuous pain if my toe was broken? It's probably not broken. I don't know. It was in a lot of pain, but it's still in pain, but it's not. It's probably sprained. Who knows? I don't know. Like I said, I'm always waiting for the next blow to fall. So, and this life never, ever, ever fails to disappoint in that regard. Waiting for the next blow to fall, and it inevitably does. Just, just. Huh? Wait a minute, I must have set this up beforehand. Anyhow, that's what's going on. My mother will never be left alone again. Not on my watch, not while I'm taking, she will never toilet herself again. She will never, and that's it. I will not leave this house. I will not leave this house. I will not leave her alone for a second. I'm keeping her safe. Only so long as I'm allowed to,